Hi guys, Scatlink here. Welcome to my modding showcasing sub-series, Hats Off to You, a series of which we try out community-created hats, costumes, functions, singular levels, full chapters, or time rifts created by the Hat in Time fan community via the Steam Workshop. This will also include any challenge roads of which will have their own video dedicated to earning ourselves a trophy, of which would otherwise be permanently missed. It came a day late due to technical problems on their side, but the next challenge road is already here. And it's a doozy, which is kind of funny in both ways of the spectrum actually, because the first one that we've actually got here, which I've already installed obviously because I've done them in my own time, which I have some things to say, but the first one, funnily enough, was actually sent directly to me by Elsie. Her latest rift is actually part of the next challenge road, so that actually cuts down a little bit of, you know, making a separate video and then doing the challenge road. That includes the same level. So yeah, time rifts are born from the disturbances in space-time. The conditions of a time rift are dependent on when they are or where they are opened. In extremely rare cases, a time rift can open atop an exploding star, making it into a superheated rift. The explosion is slowed and the rift is filled to the brim with molten lava. When the timepiece is collected, the star's explosion will return to normal. Hat Kid must collect the timepiece from this rift to allow the explosion to finish, but it will be quite the heated ordeal. Now, you might be wondering in the thumbnail that that's actually like some sort of dye or something, maybe the flame dye that you can get in DLC 2. No, you actually have some sort of effect on you in the level. We'll get into that when we see it. Also, a very different kind of time rift, one with a lot of lava, a lot of sharks looking to chomp you up. The rift's a bit bigger, kind of got carried away while making it, which shows at the end a little bit. The difficulty does scale from moderate to difficult near the end, but because it's all lava, it's very easy to take damage, and in the challenge road, that's kind of a thing. So we need to try and not take any damage at all, because you're going to need everything for the second level. So I had to click out and click back in, so I can get the mouse again. So there is some sort of speed running limit, like because Elsie's had that a couple of times in her levels. Part time is 4 minutes out of a 6-minute level. World record is undecided. Custom scripts by Starblaster64, so we've got additional credits here. Skybox by Latria Prod, and the music is listed there. So this is going to be a big one, and I do actually like this, the Superheated Panic. Gets a little bit difficult in the end. However, because it's paired in the challenge road with this particular level, if I had to keep redoing the Superheated Panic over and over, I would eventually start to hate it. So this video is actually going to be a little bit of a mulligan on how we're actually going to be covering it, and I'll get into why with Pink Sunrise by 45692524. I think we've had this guy before because he was the only string of numbers before. Pink Sunrise, a mod for the Blue Rift Community Jam for Hat in Time Discord in 2019. I can't remember if it was the same as the other challenge road that we had, which was all modding jam submissions for the fourth one. I don't know if this is from the fourth one or not. Can't remember. But it's a little blue rift with nothing too special. I hope you can have fun. This is anything but little. This is a long-ass level. That's really all I have to say up to this point. I won't get into it right now, but suffice it to say, I will be doing this level a little bit, this particular challenge road a little bit different. I will do Superheated Panic, legit, but I'm going to use a mod hat, probably the wing cap, to skip Pink Sunrise for the challenge road, so we can do it outside of challenge road and do it normally. So we're going to play the Pink Sunrise level normally. Reason being is because if I keep losing all 3 lives on this level and I have to keep playing Superheated Panic, I'm going to start hating Superheated Panic. And I think if this was in a different order, maybe it would have been alright, because I still need to know, Gears for Breakfast, why is it that when you showed the preview for the new challenge road, the images are the wrong way round? Like, every time they're the wrong way round, and it's in the reverse order. Why? Is that for the Japanese viewers, so they know what they're doing? Because it's American first. I'm just saying. But anyway, it's only because of the difficulty of both of these levels is quite astronomical. And just saying right now, Pink Sunrise has had an update on this day. I'm actually recording this on the 30th, right before Halloween. So, as I said, I'm not doing any Halloween special hat in time mods. I've actually got my hands full already with a live stream, as well as another Let's Play. But, you know. But yeah, I'm going to be doing Pink Sunrise out of Challenge Road, and you will see why. I'm not doing this on purpose just to be cheap. It's more of a mulligan due to the difficulty that I've experienced, as well as a few of other people have experienced in the comments of the mod, actually. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but it requires you to use a keyboard for as well as a mouse for camera controls. So, for now, let's do Superheated Panic first, and then we'll get into Pink Sunrise outside of the Challenge Road. I will just cheat for the, well, the thing is, it's a mod. And yet, I'm going to be cheating by using a mod, so I don't know how you want to talk about it. You basically have to limit yourself by not using a certain amount of mods in order to, you know, do anything. By the way, Hotland from Undertale, a little bit of a remix going on here. This level looks absolutely insane. Dun dun dun! Hey there, kid! Ain't it a bit spicier for your taste? I mean, if you hit high temperatures, more power to you. Anyways, what's up, Sharkbait?
What is this place?
What? You never seen a superheated rift? Yeah. These are created from supernovas. That's why they're so hot. Star exploding. Such a large explosion can create rifts in time. Very, very hot rifts. Hope you brought a fan. Anyways, what's up, Sharkbait? Part-time? Oh, you one of those speedrunning types, huh? Nope. Definitely not. The part-time is 4:15. Think you can beat it? Wouldn't bear on it, Sharkbait. I thought it was 4. Why is it increased by 15 seconds? What? You haven't seen a superheated rift? Oh, wait. I thought I pressed B. I guess that doesn't work. Bye-bye, Sharkbait. Careful. Some sharks are friendly, but others are looking kind of hungry. Yeah. Whoa, a little bit of a lag spike there. That don't normally happen. Yep. Excuse me? Oh. Okay, you're friendly enough not to do damage. I'm okay with that, but I didn't realise he was going to get me from that angle. Don't normally get caught by that guy. Oh, shh! No, that's not good. At least we void out after landing a butt on that bit. But yeah, this is very high in contrast. If your eyes are hurting, you might want to mess with some settings, but I guess that's the idea. Also, you can't actually make this jump. You have to take damage in order to make it to this platform. Problem is, there's not really much reason to come to this platform. What's up, Sharkbait? It's pretty crispy, isn't it? You can use a bucket of ice. That's too bad, though. There ain't any around. Yep. It was a trick. Oh, wait. I've got the spread hat on. I guess this kind of works, actually. We're, like, in a fiery sea. Oh, I actually did make it. Okay. There's platforms here. We've got to keep jumping all the way around. And we've got to be pretty quick about it. If you don't have the speed, then you might have to use... Oh, well. I think I'm going to die here. Yep. As soon as you get hit once, it pretty much all falls apart. Unless you can make it to the checkpoint. These levels are difficult, as I've already mentioned. Like I said, this is Elsie's latest level, and it looks absolutely stunning. And it's quite highly difficult, but it's the difficulty you would expect by trying to traverse platforms such as this. By the way, even though this is a normal, one of those standard Blue Rift blocks, you can't stand on it. If they're not like... Again, lag spike, what the hell? If it's not like these kind of like solid, like, cooled rocks, then you can't stand on it. So that entire block is literally a lava block, and that would hurt you if you stood on it. Including the gear that we're spinning on. Round and round and round and round! Hurt! Get a bit dizzy here! Oh hey there, Sharkbait! Everything's spinning pretty fast, isn't it? Breeze from the speed of the spinning. Cool it down a little. Just a little. At this heat, you need all the cooling you can get. Yeah, you would think you would need to use the ice hat in this level, but you don't. Also, I'm absolutely loving the remix from Undertale right here. Kind of works quite well. Also, there's a chair here. I'm going to sit on it and just watch the level spin. So I'll sit here just for a moment just to like catch up on what I was saying. This level is clearly difficult from what you can tell. And it gets even more difficult the further you go. If I had to keep doing this level over and over because of the next level, as we'll get into later, that's one of the reasons why. Also, this chair is a bit of a trap when you try to get out of it. Just jump to the next platform, you'll be fine. So, while climbing up this bit, I get, like, Thwomp's Fortress / Donkey Kong 64 vibes. I think it's from the, oh, what is it? The inside of the lighthouse in Gloomy Galleon, with all those platforms moving about. I think that's what I get, because it feels like I want to hug the wall. But by the way, because this is spinning, you can't actually wall climb, as you saw there. Didn't even grab the ledge. So you're going to have to actually stretch out your jumps and make sure you take the normal way to go. Right, let's go. There's the platform. Ouch. That's fine. Made it. Okay. Getting there slowly. The clock towers are burning, melting, sinking. Soon everything in this rift will fall down to the supernova below. It's atop the apex of an explosion, but the explosion is slowed to a crawl by the power of a timepiece. Why have we got metal sharks in a supernova? That doesn't really make much sense. Anyways, how was your day, Shark Bait? Looking for the sharks ahead, they'll chump you if you're not careful. Yeah. I wanted an excuse to do that shark voice because I keep seeing the videos online, on like Facebook and everything. It's just funny, the little shark puppet. Sup, shark food? You buy, bet you need to get by, don't you? Well, don't you worry, I can get you where you need to go. Just jump on my back. If you're close enough, your ship just automatically snap to my back. Power of magnetism. Yeah. Your body will magnetize the iron in your blood. You can even jump back on one arm in the move. Just be quick. Huh? What do you mean this ain't how it works? I think so much better at shark bait. Yeah. Oh yeah. If you like to take dips into lava from time to time, I imagine you probably don't want to be in there when I do, so make sure you jump out before then. If I get too far ahead, just hit the reset lever. Yeah, this is actually pretty cool. You pretty much got to ride this dude like a little roller coaster, but when he approaches this platform, we want to land it. Do not go for the oh whoops, I didn't do that well, did I? Yep, well, I'm dead now. Can I get back? Can I get back? I made it back. Well, I was about to say the vacuums, I lost my word there. The vacuums, they bounce you back to the start of the area, and you would have to keep choosing, like landing on them in chains in order to get back. So, would be nice if the lava would just void you out. But, oh, that's cheeky. That's cheeky. He was like on top of the other guy, so now I'm going to have to summon him back and try again. Luckily, we do actually snap onto him like he said he does. But look for the star. That's pretty much how you know that you're going to snap on. Even if you do burn your bottom, you can easily hop back on, so that's fine. Let's just hope we don't actually get hit by the fire fishies. He's going to go over that way, so we've got to jump over here. There we are. Do not take the spring. We've got to hop back onto him here. This time we sit here, ride it up. It's kind of funny how I'm telling you how to go through this level, considering that I was planning on doing this one blind, but since it's part of the challenge road, that's what happened. But I'm glad I actually did it ahead of time, because these can be difficult. I mean, I haven't died yet, but I have taken a lot of damage. But thankfully, Elsie's provided us with a lot of health bombs at every checkpoint. So it's do balance quite well. Now, this is awesome. I love this. We're literally tight-roping across... well, the effectiveness of an explosion, really. I even like how she stuck a little, like, pole there to actually make it feel like it's supposed to be there instead of just floating around. This is absolutely amazing. And, well, now we're to go back down. Time to commit suicide in the most glorious way imaginable. For Bowser! Splash! That's a different clip that we don't normally hear from Hat Kid. Hey, Shark Food, what are you doing? There's pouring lava in a hot tub. You'd have burned up if you just jumped in. I saw you jumping down and shooting you in this bubble. Sorry to say, but it's not very stable. If that bubble was heckled around too much, it'll probably pop and you'll become a deep-fried Hat Kid. Anyways, you looking for a timepiece or something? If you grab it, the rift will stop exploding and it will chill out. Could be good. Everyone here could use a cooldown. Yeah, so for visuals, we got a bubble. Now, don't worry, it won't actually pop. You still take damage as before, it's just for visual flair. And, well, considering that we're supposed to be underneath the lava sea at this point, I actually kind of like it. Thankfully, this isn't submerged, there'd be no way for you to get onto it otherwise. But yeah, this is the most difficult part of the level. This spire right here, or these two spires, because there's one behind it that we're going to have to keep jumping in between. This is difficult. I'd recommend that you swap out your, well, one of your badges for the hover badge at least, so if you do actually fall down, you won't take full damage, because you don't want to be taking unnecessary damage. Now, I've realised I haven't actually used the time stop hat throughout this entire level. That's because I know the timing, plus it kind of throws me off if I do that. By the way, gotta go under those little fiery jets. These walls are actually very forgiving with their wall climbing, which I am quite a fan of, considering how wall climbing has been kind of an issue recently. Especially in the last challenge road. My god, how did I make that? But yeah, as you can see, we're pretty much just climbing up. We've got stretch our jumps to the max, but now we've got bubbles. Well, they're balloons, but it's like lava bubbles that we've got to jump across. But, you know, you've actually got to make sure you can jump across them without falling. And there's no checkpoint throughout all this. There we are. So that's that bit done. Now this jet always gets me. There we are. Now, depth perception is going to be your enemy here. It's kind of funny talking about that in a game that is not on the N64, but is inspired by those kind of games. And yet, these are 3D objects, they're not 2D, so you'd think that depth perception would be a little bit better, but it still doesn't work with me. Maybe it is just me, but we've got to go straight up. That's not easy. So I'm just trying to make sure that I am aligned. And then I've got, I tend to try and go for the one above the first, and then try to just keep jumping up and keep trying to steer myself back into it. No, I'm gone. But that's why I told you to have the no fall badge, because you don't want to be taking full damage just because you messed up a jump. If you void out, fair enough, but you don't want to be taking additional damage for the sake of it. I'm gone. Oh, that's not fair. That's additional damage. That's not fair. I took 2 hits, now I've got to do it all again. Yeah, depth perception is your enemy on this particular bit. Let me get back up to where I was. And because I'm still in the challenge road, I'll speed it up. I won't cut it out. Oh, poop! I didn't mean to do that. I clipped the wall. Well, I'm back here now, I guess. I'll just cut back here. Right, let's try this again. There we are. Okay, we're back up here now. So, you can see that people were getting annoyed during this part. This is where I think Elsie went a little bit overboard. This is a little bit ridiculous. You would expect yourself to just shoot up, but because of depth perception, I can never tell if I'm going to jump up beyond it or around it. Not a single angle works well for this. Because now, I can't see the platform above me. And that's my preferred angle as well, so it's like, how do you do this? No! God damn it. You have to commit. No, I'm gone. Because it didn't spawn back. Ugh. Oh no, I didn't even wall climb! Oh, when I hit my... Oh, that's a life gone. Yep. I don't like that if you take a hit while falling, you take another hit by voiding out on top of that. I'm going to do this whole section again. You can tell that when I'm trying to wall climb on very askewed angles, it still actually latches on. So when I was having trouble with wall climbing in the in previous episodes, even in the LP, I understand how I've been having trouble with that when I'm on angles such as what I just pulled off. This bit is annoying. Oh, come on! Oh no! I missed 2 times! And then I take damage while trying to void out, so I take double damage as well. I'm not a fan of that. If you hit the lava, you should just, like one of the balls of these lava pillars, you should just void out. Not take damage, then more damage on voiding out when you're trying to void out without taking damage from the lava. It's so annoying. Oh, I didn't make it. That's it. That's the end of me! I can't void out! I actually hit the lava before voiding out. And Snatcher, this is not a death wish. You should not be chiming in. This is not good. Oh, come on, really? It happened again! I didn't make it! As soon as I say I don't normally have many troubles on wall climbing, getting up this point, I'm having troubles wall climbing, getting back to where I was. Why do I open my mouth? Right, can we actually, you know, get up here? I mean, this ain't even the hardest jump of the two. This one's like the intermediate one. This is the jump. No, this is the jump. Look at this angle. And yeah, I nailed it that time. What did I do different? Obviously, I didn't stretch it enough. Let's get back up here again. I don't even know why I'm leaving this in. I guess I'm just because I was talking at some point. I'm on a roll. No! Again, I say I'm on something and then that happens. Stop doing that, me. Stop jinxing yourself. You make yourself look like a fool. Right, this goddamn bit. There we are. There we are. That's what's supposed to happen. That's what's supposed to happen. I just could not get that momentum off. And that was really annoying me. And this one is just as annoying. Because they're quite spread out. And it goes round. But you can skip that last balloon. But still no checkpoint. Where do we go now? We actually go all the way down this way. I say stretch out the double jump and go for a lunge halfway down. That's the best way to make sure you get your distance correct without taking full damage if you don't have the no full badge on. Right, only 2 more balloons. There we are. That's the hardest part of the level in my opinion. That just getting up that spire of bubbles. It's supposed to be automated when you land on one, but because you're already pressing a direction trying to move, not the case. Right, so just dash jump across all these poles. Stop here for a moment in order to jump onto the next section. There we are. Stay here for a second. There we are. Dash jump. Dash jump. I'm going to have to lunge to cancel to get that one quicker. Let's go. Let's go. Right, I'm going to have to lunge jump again. Dash jump even, you know what I mean? Just barely made it. There we are. Let's slide into action into this vacuum. And I'm skipping the next level because, as you saw there, I'm down to 1 life. And we'll get into the next level in the main attempt because it's going to be annoying. So we get a spin for completing the Superheated Panic outside of Challenge Road, Death Wish, whatever. Always say those back and forward. I'm going to re-roll on that. I don't want Ramu at the moment. You're going to give me Ramu, aren't you? Oh no, there we are. Okay, now we've got like a roll, new remix here. I can't words. Zun. Lullaby of Deserted Hell / Corpse Voyage, be of good cheer. A group of subterranean amateur tracks have been opened for subconformist. Probably give that a listen in a bit. And I approve of this level.
Soon after.
Of course, the level that I skipped for the challenge road gave me a roll, so don't know how to feel about actually taking it, but you know, we got more Toho stuff, so you know what? We'll take, I think her name was Marissa? If it ain't magic, it ain't flashy. Danmoku's all about fire power. That's the dress. Might as well wear it. We got the hat on already. I will admit that this is definitely one of the more toughest challenge roads to come out. But because of the second level, it's mostly for the wrong reasons from what I could tell. I'm going to switch to this hat so we have the full set on. Look at that. Since I've already covered this mod. Well, this mod pack anyway. Still getting stuff out of it. Now, obviously, outside of Challenge Road, we are actually doing this level. I will still count my deaths, because obviously I'm going to show my failures and all that. But if this was in Challenge Road, let's just put this into perspective. You just got through that level, Elsie's level, the Superheated Panic, and you probably have like 1 life left, maybe half your health remaining. So you have 2 chances. So if you die, if you void out twice here, because there's no enemies in this level, if you void out twice, you gotta do the Superheated Panic again in order to get to this point. Which is why I cheated to skip it, just to get the trophy, so we have it on our Let's Play save file. But you're gonna see why. So what my idea for this is that if I cannot do a section, because I want to show the rest of the level, I will skip that section with the wing cap, which is how I skipped it in Challenge Road. But remember, Challenge Road and mods are, you know, mods, and the wing caps are mods, so you just have to limit yourself on not using your own mods in order to beat the mods. That's a thing. So Challenge Road kind of gets muted by itself in a way, which I don't know how to feel about, to be honest. But yeah, starting the level off immediately, we have an issue. We cannot reach that platform, and reaching this slim little wall does nothing for us. If we try to jump toward it, even if we do nail it, it doesn't really take us anywhere. We don't even get enough height in order to make that platform. I was stuck here for like 5 minutes, and I was just like, what the hell do you do? So I tried to look up to see what comments that the level actually had, and what you're supposed to do is wall jump. Well, somehow I ended up on the completely wrong side of the wall. Already that's not a good sign. What you're supposed to do is wall... How do I get on that side of the wall again? I'm hugging the side of the wall that I need to. And already, with my example, 1 life remaining with 2 health points, that would have been death already, and I haven't even started. This is ridiculous in what you need to do. So, you do, that's what you do. Then you got to... Well, it's because I double jumped. You're supposed to do that in a single jump. Double jump, lunge, and hop up there. That's what you're supposed to do. That is what you're supposed to do. There is an easier way on doing it at this particular point in the level, as in the very beginning. Instead of doing that shenanigans, you could just do this. Well, not that exactly. And would be another attempt at Superheated Panic later. When you start level, easiest way to skip the first jump, if you can even nail it, is that you got to double jump, lunge and cancel to land on top of the lamp, the checkpoint lamp, without, you know, actually tilting backwards to fall off of it. Then you can just double jump, lunge, and you can get up here with a cancel. Problem is, even if you did do that jump properly, you got to do it 3 more times in a row. Yeah, and it already took me like basically an entire life just to nail the jump once. Once. You got to do it 4 more times in a row. And you know what happens when you don't make the jumps 4 times in a row? You go back down to that lamp. You got to do all 4 again. So if you don't get it perfect, or somehow go around the wall while hugging the wall that you need to be on, but then you somehow go around it to get the opposite side of it, you got to do it all again. And I can't do this. I just can't get the angle right. And even then, it's if Hat Kid wants to grab the wall, which she didn't there, or it just again, she didn't grab the wall, and I can't even recover it. Look at that. You can't recover it. This is dumb. This is not fun. And even when I'm double jumping, I somehow slide against the wall and then start wall climbing on the wall, that part of the wall I don't want to be on. So because I don't want to try and actually do that 4 times in a row, and because I was on my practice file, I got, well, not my practice file, my main file, my personal file, I got fed up with that very quickly because I had to replay Superheated Panic like 4 times. Even if I got here with so many health, it would all be wasted right here because the wall jumping just never wants to work with me. And I don't know if that's just a problem with me as well, because I saw that someone actually had to comment in order to make it. But remember that it was also said that, you know, it was a small level? This is not a small level by any means. This is huge. I wanted to see the rest of the level, so I skipped this section and tried to continue normally. I don't know why I did that. Let me take that hat off so I don't actually cheese platforming sections when I don't want to. So, yeah, after you get past those 4 jumps, fair enough, there are checkpoints. Now, I'm just going to bring up like a screenshot of the change notes, because it did actually get updated today, as I mentioned. Added DOF, I think that means depth of field, which actually seems quite good, because it looks like there's a bit more depth perception with the balloons here. I mean, if I just try to go for this, I think I'll probably nail it. Yeah, because I can actually see where they are, but then I've got to do this, and I missed the balloon because I couldn't turn the camera fast enough. I'm not too sure how you're supposed to do that, but I did nail these 3 balloons without issue. Well, no, I didn't get enough height. Can I get back to the balloon? Try again? Nope. Oh, you can see what's going on. But anyway, yes, added depth of field, added jump recovery volumes. I don't know what that means. Added a notice about no-bonk surfing, because there is a section of that in the level later on. Added a checkpoint toward the end, so only a single checkpoint has been added. Which I think I know where it's located, because, like I said, I'm playing this on the day that the update came out for this level, so... replaced a balloon with a platform, with the hope of lowering difficulties with the controls. But the description itself has been updated to say that the mod has been updated in hope of addressing some of the issues with the difficulty spikes. I would still, however, endorse using keyboard and mouse for this map for the ease of correcting your camera position, because camera with the mouse is super fast, and you see Crabbar use that in many of the Rift collapses and other speedruns throughout our Death Wish part of the 100% walkthrough Let's Play. So, on this very file, no less. So, yeah, I use a controller because I don't play this game with a keyboard or mouse. I'm not high enough. I can't see. I'm trying to turn the camera away, but as you know, when you wall climb, the camera likes to snap. So, I can't see what I'm doing. I can't double jump. Well, I did double jump, hugging the wall, and I didn't latch on again. So if I did make that jump from this balloon, I would still not be at a checkpoint. I would still have to keep climbing upwards. If it feels like that I'm actually skipping over bits without trying them that often, it's because it is that difficult, and if I did actually attempt it quite, like, all the time, I would be here for the rest of the night, and possibly even tomorrow, splitting up this video. And not only that, but we've still got all this to cover. This is not a small level. And look, even this bit was a little bit easier, fair enough. But then we've still got this to do before we get to the next checkpoint. They're a little bit too spaced out and a little bit too ridiculous. And I did that wrong. I hit the balloon while hitting the button to lunge. And I've got to do all that again. No thank you. As I said, I'm only using the wing cap at this point to skip sections so I can get to the rest of the level. You got to lunge into these balloons, but how am I supposed to get an angle like that with a 90-degree angle? Keep in mind that if I turn the camera while holding forward, Hat Kid will still move forward. But however, if you turn the camera super fast with the mouse by using keyboard controls, that means you can do like very snappy movements, and that's why it's required here, unless I'm able to correct my angle mid-jump. Oh, I missed the bloody balloon. I was 2 balloons away, and now I've got to get back up there again. You see why I don't like this level? For the sake of not wasting too much time with those 2 balloons, I'm going to continue from here. Here we got a pretty much long jump over here, but do not try to do the lunge boost, because otherwise you'll just go flying into the pit, believe me. Here we've got a bunch of cylinders that are spinning so fast that they will fling you off. Time stop hat is pretty much essential here. Now, you want to keep jumping. That is the way to live. You don't need the time stop hat, but if you're going to go from platform to platform, that's when I recommend you use it. And try to get at least 2 platforms done in a single use. You can barely stretch it in if you use the hat right when you land on your platform. Like this. At least then you've got a little bit of a breather. Fast hat badge is also recommended. I don't know if it's actually considered required, but basically if you just keep on timing your jumps well, you can actually... Oh, unless the camera 180s within a single frame. That threw me off. Thank you for that. I think the major problem that I have with this level is that, okay, it's a very challenging platforming level that's quite long, and it's not, even though it could be short in terms of like how many resources that were used, the level itself is long and the checkpoints are far and few between. And even though that those are fine, the major issue is that the game's mechanics just don't work well for this kind of platforming. Once you get past that point, which I just did without using the time stop hat at all, by the way, I clipped through that edge! What? Excuse me? I made that jump! That normally works for me! Of course it doesn't work in the bloody video. Alright, back here again. Let's get back onto this. Ride it. Oh, unless that happens, I stop bugging out again! Come on! How's that fair? I'm bugging out! I'm visibly clipping through the platform, and I'm shaking around. What I was trying to say is that the game's mechanics the game's physics don't operate well with this kind of setup, and almost every section has a problem. So if it wasn't clear, you have to jump onto this one, which I was able to do first try in my own file, funnily enough. I just somehow bugged through the edge of it. But yeah, after you get through that, then you have this bit. So then, this is pretty much how it went for me in my practice file as well, funnily enough. That was the only part of the level I was able to do without cheesing it with the wing cap. But now we've still got this shenanigans to do again. We've got to re-angle ourselves, and somehow went around the balloon, so I'm dead again. That's 4 deaths in this level already, while cheating, just to attempt the platforming segments, and I'm not even using the badge that gives me auto-regeneration. So I guess I could have done it in the challenge road with auto-regeneration, but I don't know. I guess I just didn't want to hear the Snatcher laugh at me every goddamn time, because I already get enough of that already. But yeah, even if you do land on these balloons, don't get stuck, please. Don't get stuck, please! Are you serious? I can't believe that just happened. That was a waste of a hit. But as I was trying to say, even if you do get across these balloons, you got to make sure that somehow that a platform on this spinny platform over here, this spinny thing, that a platform is not above you when you're trying to wall climb. Which, by the way, will also happen into... There we are, platform went above me right when I made it. So then I have to do it again, just because luck wasn't on my side. How are you supposed to time that when you're trying to even turn the camera, just trying to make the first jump, and then you're trying to focus on every other jump that comes afterwards? You're supposed to plan like 5 jumps in advance. I just do not find this a good level. I mean, maybe it's just because of my skill level? There we are. Got onto that platform finally. Guess what? Do that another 3 times. I don't know. Why did I not wall climb again? I didn't wall climb again! This isn't fair! I'm not even getting screwed by the level's mechanics. I'm getting screwed by game physics not working. I don't like this level for this reason. It just keeps breaking on me. Oh, wow. I landed on the platform and I still fell through it. With the wing cap. I can't even cheese it without having issues. But if you could get through all this without getting screwed over once by wall climbing just not working, or bonking on a ledge and then plummeting to your doom, because they're moving quite fast, well, even if you do vault on those spinny platforms, you could still go into a freefall after vaulting or grabbing the ledge, because Hacky will jump over it due to how she vaults. They're too fast. They're not... It's nothing but... I have nothing but complaints. And you still have one fan to deal with, which you can easily ride over to this checkpoint here. Where in which case, this is a new part. Equip the No-Bonk badge and dive. This part of the level I was actually looking forward to when I got here. I was like, oh yeah, No-Bonk surfing. I can get through this bit, providing it doesn't... What's the word? Break? If that's even a thing, because we're technically breaking physics, because this is a glitch. This is intended to beat the level, but it's not intended in the game's mechanics. But if I try to go through this... I'm holding forward the whole time, by the way. Oh, it actually worked. Okay. Sometimes... Oh, I better not say it until it actually happens. It might actually happen here. Well, I did press lunge. It didn't even lunge. Let's try it again, then. I'm leaving all this in case that actually happens, so you can catch it, like, when it happens. Because... there! For whatever reason, right there, she went into a wall run instead of continuing the dive. I didn't press A, and I kept holding forward. Even when the physics are actually being broken, this time the physics decide to actually work as intended. As in not be glitched with No-Bonk sliding. And that in itself breaks the level because the glitch is now intended. Why is it that the physics keep breaking up to this point with normal platforming? And then when I'm actually supposed to be breaking physics, the physics actually works intended, therefore breaks the level. How? How? Just how? Why did I wall climb? I'm supposed to be No-Bonk sliding here. Why did they go off at that point? Again! It happened again! And that's not my fault! I am getting killed Because the game just outright refuses to let me continue the glitch. And it's required to get through the level. I can't even enjoy the fun part of the level. And I find this mechanic fun. Ever since I experienced it in that one little weird ROM hack mod level. There, that time it didn't go off, and I was even lower that time. Why did I just suddenly decide to wall climb and physics actually function as intended? Well, not as they're supposed to. And not break like we're making them now when they're always breaking up to this point. It don't make sense to me. And that's not fair because I go into a free fall against my will. And then I have to do the previous level again because of that. And that's why I didn't want to do this during the challenge road, because I want to count the deaths, but I don't want to just do it in the challenge road and keep doing the previous level over and over, because then I'll hate Elsie's level because I have to keep going through it over and over because I get screwed over with shit like that. Every segment of this level breaks. It's not good design. It looks methodical. It looks doable. It is doable, but only if everything goes your way. The whole entire level is just too precise. And I just vaulted over the platform. I would have been fine on that. There we are. Okay, so let's make this jump. This is pretty normal, except for the fact that I walked into the wall right before I jumped there. By the way, you got a no-bonk. I slid? And I was supposed to slide up that platform. Excuse me. No, I'm doing this live because in my practice on my main file, in order to get the trophy from the challenge road, all I did was double jump, lunged, and then jumped out of it, and then I fell. And I was like, okay, so I thought I could skip the balloon, but obviously I can't. I need to no-bonk slide into it. But I just did that right before that attempt, and I still fell. So how are you supposed to get up that platform? Let's try doing this the intended way again, or what unless I missed the balloon. Now let's try doing this the intended way. Lunge into it, and I do not climb up. Why do I... So I can't jump onto it normally and walk up there. I can't no-bonk slide because it just cancels out automatically and I still go into a free fall. How do you get up that platform if both methods to climb up slopes don't work? Running or no-bonk sliding. And you can see at the bottom of the corner there, I still have the badge equipped. And as you can see, if it weren't bad enough, even if you do somehow get the no-bonk slide to work, as soon as you hit this balloon up here, you got to do another 90-degree turn to land on this extremely thin platform. So why is this level, this entire level, is too precise? It's precision platforming the level. This is the equivalent of, like, what am I trying to get here? The bloody time stop hat. This is the equivalent of, like, Super Mario Maker 2... P-switch levels. I don't find it fun. It's just infuriating. And again, the camera, it just snapped around against my wheel, and I would have went straight into the pit if I wasn't prepared for shenanigans. By the way, this isn't steep. I can walk on this one, and I'll probably be able to no-bonk slide up here as well. Oh no, I can't. But for whatever reason, that one segment is pretty much impossible. This platform, however, happens as well. And I'm all the way back over here. The next checkpoint's up there. Look how far away we are, and we still have to loop it back around. The checkpoints are too far and few between as well. I know it just feels like I'm just nitpicking every single part of the level at this point, but it just feels that hard. And this bit is what took the cake. This bit is what made me just say, screw it, I'm skipping to the end. Which is ironic, because we're actually quite close now. You've got to somehow platform on these spinning fans, 3 of them, in order to get to the opposite side. And then the level just gets so difficult, it's when I throw in the towel on trying to at least attempt doing each segment. Plus, these are very thin platforms, but I can make this. That's not the problem. This is the problem. You've got to do a single jump onto this part of this little thin wall, and then, after a wall jump, somehow turn the camera 180 degrees, if it doesn't implode into the wall for whatever reason, because it always does when you wall climb, into that balloon, and then somehow turn around again 180 degrees to jump onto that balloon to climb up. If I get the wing cap for a second so we can get just a better look over here. Once you do that, you've then got to land on this small little platform, somehow jump to that red balloon over there, which I'm not entirely too sure how you even do. Maybe you could, like... Actually, hang on. Nope, you can't do that because you can't wall jump again. You can't double jump because you've already double jumped. So you got to somehow make it to that balloon, jump around and across on top of this thin little platform, then jump straight to the end. That end bit isn't the problem. It's this bit. And I didn't actually see the additional checkpoint, or if I did find the additional checkpoint, I can't remember what. I also do not remember seeing a platform that's replaced a balloon, because I assumed it would be around here. I'll give this one a couple of goes, but it's not going to happen. In fact, I'll just keep the bloody hat on. I'm going to have to keep going back here anyway in order to show it off. There's the balloon. It's quite a ways out there. And this is the best angle I can get with my camera with a controller. I gotta somehow jump here. Nope, that's not great. And the camera imploded as well. Again, not very helpful. I had it in the right position, and then it goes up, had kid's bottom. So that's not helpful. Jump here. Double jump, lunge, and yeah, even with a good camera angle, I still couldn't get the right angle because I can't see where I am depth-wise because I can't zoom it out any further. If you manage to somehow do all that and get up here, then you got to somehow do a double jump lunge, hit that, and then go backwards, and then somehow do a 180, which I'm not at the right angle for, because I can't turn the camera while I'm already focusing on pressing multiple buttons in order to do the jumps. Just give that another go. I can't see. I cannot see. I cannot see. If it's required to play with a keyboard and mouse, that means in order to play this level and get good, I would have to learn a completely new control scheme without using my thumbs. It's like, that shouldn't be a requirement. I mean, if I wanted to speedrun, fair enough, but I'm not doing this to speedrun. And that is a very extremely thin platform you got to land on. I even grabbed that while flying and I still fell because I vaulted over it. This last bit, however, isn't a problem. I actually did finish it off by doing this. And you got to lunge into those balloons after you jump to them. And that is the level. Every single platforming section of this level, not even counting how spread apart the checkpoints are. It's almost like you have to do 2 to 4 platforming segments after the first just to reach a checkpoint. And almost every part of the level breaks in some regard. And the one part, No-Bonk sliding, where you're required to use a glitch to effectively break physics to get across, that's when the physics actually decide to work for a change, and it still screws you over. And then that one platform where you can't even climb up or, well, like No-Bonk slide into, you can't climb it both ways. What are you supposed to do? I don't get it, and that's why this challenge road is effectively gone from, like, challenging to impossible. The last one was pretty difficult, but this takes the cake. The challenge road's quality's gone down a bit, I will admit. I'm not saying that to be mean to the level creator, because there were a lot of good ideas there, but all of them in one level is not a good idea. It's too precise. You pretty much have to be a precision god. You would have to play pretty much every possible, like, P-switch level in Mario Maker and Mario Maker 2 in one marathon. That's what it feels like, and I can't even do one of those levels, let alone a bunch of them in a single sitting. We'll take that. I don't even know what that is. Did I already have that? I thought I had that. Why is that back in here? What? I already had that. Because I play it. I've already done Death Wish videos with that playing. Yeah, that's a bit weird. Oh well. It's not like we've used any of our tokens. We're still going to get everything in the end. But still, that's a little bit weird. This is the soundtrack that we got during this episode. Oh, okay. The image has changed from what it was before. I don't think the image was like that before. That might be why I re-obtained it, because it's changed. Might have been updated. Maybe the file name was corrected instead of it says like !int or whatever. Yeah, that's a little bit, or maybe the name's changed. That's a bit weird. Anyway, from mods, we now have 3 tokens to use, which is just enough for 1 additional spin. We're back to a clean slate with 0 at this point. Yeah, we might as well take another... Actually, no. You know what? Considering that we actually got the costume, now I'm going to try and get Reimu. It's not going to give it to me now, is it? Hey! Never mind, we got it. Hey! Shrine, Miku, or Paradise. Looks like it's going to be a long night. Let me go put on the wig before we actually... not the wig, the ribbon before we pop this on. There we are, look at that. That actually looks really good for Hat Kid, I'm not going to lie. Actually works really well. I think it's because of Hat Kid's hairstyle. I mean, Reimu's also a brunette, so that kind of works. And obviously when you're wearing Marissa... I think her name is Marissa. I keep saying that. I'm pretty much sure it is. But yeah, with Marissa, it obviously dyes Hat Kid's hair blonde, which also works for the style that she has. But yeah, this works really well. Look at that. So yeah, again, the challenge road had a little bit of a... sour note to it. It's like I'm only giving my opinions on and my like experiences, but I didn't want to just skip it out completely. It was more of a mulligan than anything else because it just made the challenge road impossible for my skill level. But I still wanted to cover the challenge road and still have the number on the thing. And it's a mod. I'm able to use mods within the mod centric challenge road. I mean, maybe if it deactivated like certain like mod badges or something, but that's extra programming, and I don't know how they would do that. But you know, it's like it was like one of those mulligan moments. Normally, I keep on trying the challenge roads, but in this case, I keep counting my deaths. But I did try the level like in certain segments. I know I keep going on about it, but it's like I just want to let you know that this challenge road, bit of a doozy in both ways. Very good ideas, but ooh, it's a tough one. So in the next episode, guys. Even more challenge road, more mods, or death wishes. See you guys next time.